Good morning or afternoon. Many of you are joining from other parts of the world this morning, and welcome to Ventures. My name is Chen Shah, and I am the CEO and founder of MiceBook. MiceBook looks to be at the heart of the industry, and we do that through building community. We have a digital hub with 18,000 global suppliers and 300 destination guides. We have a live events program, and we have a newsletter called Departure Lounge, which goes every Wednesday. When the concept of Ventures first came to us, which was really Chris McHugh's idea, we just felt that this is exactly what the industry needed. It's a unique concept, and it was all centered around building back better with like-minded organizations and people who share the same values. The ambition is to raise topics that are affecting the world, but draw it down to our sector, not only in theory, but also through practical experiences on site. What are the topics that we're trying to tackle here? I mean, of course, sustainability is one of the biggest ones with the climate crisis, but there's many others as well, such as diversity, inclusion, social purpose, community, corporate and social responsibility. So it's far wider. We want to bring these topics to life through our program in Liverpool and also through these meetings. There are some commonly used phrases like ESG, standing for environment, social, and governance. These are now key metrics that businesses use to decide who they're going to work with as partners and also for investment. So alongside revenue and EBIT and all these other data points for an organization, these three are very key now as well. Let's be clear, we are not the experts here, nor do we profess to be. We just want to bring the topics to life in a practical and meaningful way. We're here to raise the topics and give you the tools and the opportunity to rebuild better, not only with your own organizations, but together in a collaborative way as an industry. However, we do truly believe that business events can be a force for good. So about this morning, we've got the first part of Ventures, and we're doing some meetings virtually. And this is where you'll meet great organizations who have a shared belief. You'll have 5 meetings this morning, 3 to start with, and then a coffee break, and then 2 more after that. Each meeting is 18 minutes with a 2-minute break. Once you have logged on to the platform, select My Schedule from the left-hand side and where you will find your meetings. Your Open Virtual Meeting Room button will turn blue, and you can either enter the meeting and simply then just enter your name. You can view the information of who you're about to meet and explore the chat function. If you've got back-to-back meetings, then the system will automatically connect you to the next person. Please ensure you do rate your meetings at the end. It will really help us to understand how we can support you and develop those connections going forward. You can use the homepage as well to tell you what's coming next, or you can refer to the schedule. During the coffee break, please do come and join us. Grab a drink. It's an informal discussion with some of our key partners like Isla and Event Decision. We'll be having an informal chat with them as well as yourselves. And finally, if I may, share with you the feedback that we've had from all of the participants is that 87% agree that learning about ESG is really why they're joining Ventures. It is about how organizations can be a force for good, and they're really keen to hear that message. What are you doing in your organizations? How are you making a difference? Of course, as well as your product set and offering, and also your events and what you're doing for your clients at the end. Enjoy the meetings, and it's hopefully a start to building great relationships, which you will build on when you get to Liverpool next week. We look forward to seeing you there. Enjoy the morning. Thank you.
Well, this is an incredibly important and critical moment for humanity, because we've suddenly become such a powerful species that we find ourselves much more powerful than the fragile, beautiful planet that we're living on. And if suddenly we're in a situation where we have to look after this planet much more carefully than we've ever had to before. And right now we're not doing that. And it takes humanity, the whole of humanity, to a very dangerous position in which, if we don't make some pretty fundamental transitions to the way we do almost everything about how we live our lives, how we run our business, how we do economics, how we do politics, how we think about life, everything, then we're going to find that we get ourselves into a lot of trouble in the coming decades. And that's a real challenge for us, because just about everything about how we do life has been honed over centuries in a context in which the planet that we're on, was broadly speaking robust to everything we could do to it. But now it's not, and so we need to unpick an awful lot of how we do society, and that's very challenging for almost every industry. There are huge opportunities for those that get it right, and there are huge threats for those that get it wrong. Now, for the events industry in particular, it's a particularly exciting moment, because there have been some very tough times over the last couple of years, and there's been a kind of forced, real collapse of the industry. And now is an opportunity to build back. And I hope there's a lot of opportunity to redesign. And it's particularly exciting for the events industry, because there's an opportunity through the running of events to have a huge influence over the way that the world thinks. Everybody who gets involved in an event has an opportunity to experience and to receive all sorts of messages about what good living looks like. And if we can run fantastic, engaging, exciting, more sustainable events that are full of messages about how to live better, more sustainably, then there's an opportunity to sort of send out ripples right across society about how we can make this transition that humans so urgently need to make, and how that transition can be about improving the quality of life rather than wearing some kind of hair shirt. So I'm hoping that we can explore what those opportunities look like, and see how what can sometimes seem like a threat, or sustainability can sometimes seem like a threat or a challenge, in almost every industry. But if we're creative about it, I'm hoping that we can really explore how that can be seen as an exciting opportunity that everyone can embrace. And for me, it's clear cut that those within the events industry that are fastest off the mark with this and show the most creativity are going to be the ones who thrive in a world that is going to, at some point pretty soon, we are going to see some big transition towards more sustainable living, because we have to. And those that are at the forefront of that are going to find the biggest opportunities within this industry. So it's an exciting discussion.